Hi, this is Gloucester Township Mayor Dave Mayer with an update on our schools. Joining me today is Dr. Brian Repici, the Superintendent of Schools for the Black Horse Pike Regional School District, Stephanie Hernandez, the Senior Class President at Highland High School, Michael Tees, the Senior Class President at Timber Creek High School, and Kevin Young, the Senior Class President at my alma mater, Triton. And I thank all of you for joining me today. We know that it is unprecedented times that we're living in and difficult times, especially for those seniors who are graduating. And so, Stephanie, let me begin with you and just ask you, how are you coping with the situation? How's your family coping with the situation?
Hi, Mayor, and thank you for having me. It's a big honor for me to have me here and talk about my opinions and how I'm feeling about virtual learning and at-home learning as well. For me, in my opinion, I feel like virtual learning is a new experience that I have had to cope with. I personally think that for me, it's worked best academically, and my grades have never been better. My teachers, they email me and they always have comments for me, and they always try their best to be there and reach out whenever I need their help. I feel like a lot of us feel a little less motivated at home by it, but I feel like it's a way for us to learn the ways of new technology and everything that's working. So I think it's a good thing.
I appreciate that, and I'm so glad that you're doing very well in school. So appreciate that. And Michael, how about you? How has this remote learning experience been?
Well, it was certainly new at first. There's a big learning curve for both the students and teachers, but after about a week or two, when everyone got settled in and knew what they were doing, things started to run a whole lot more smoothly. For example, like I have like 4 live classes with teachers today, which sounds like a lot, but I prefer that than having to teach myself everything. So I think that the teachers and the students have both really had to step up to make everything work, but so far it's been great.
Oh, that's good to hear. Hey, Kevin, I know that it's difficult under these circumstances to communicate with your friends. Normally, you would be in school and talking with them and communicating with them. How are you communicating with your fellow students?
Yeah, so the good thing about technology now is that like mostly everyone has access to it with our Chromebooks and with our phones and stuff. So it's really great like being able to see our friends and talk to them through like things like Zoom or Google Meet or just FaceTime. So like with like social media and all that, I think it's really helpful with us like staying connected during this time when we can't be together physically together.
Yeah, it's very important. I'm not the most technical guy in the world, so this has been a big learning experience for me, but here we are. And so out of necessity, we're doing things differently, and hopefully out of this comes even more and better technology to communicate. And so, Dr. Repici, I know we've had conversations over the last month or so regarding the challenges that our senior class has. When I was a senior at Triton, we went on a senior class trip and we had a prom and we had a graduation ceremony. And unfortunately, due to the health crisis, we're not able to do that at this time. But I know you've been working on some ideas regarding trying to make the senior year as good as we possibly can. You have some thoughts on that?
Sure. First, let me say that I'm glad that Michael, Stephanie, and Kevin are able to join us today. There are 3 outstanding students, 3 wonderful student representatives in our school governments, and they've joined me in a previous meeting, and I appreciate them sharing their thoughts on matters regarding events. So our school administrators are planning all types of senior events to try to get to some type of normalcy as much as we can. All of the seniors received a May 1st memorandum from their principal that outlined all the events, including dance events, honor society celebrations, spring concerts. They're trying to do things for theatrical productions where they have students maybe participate in songs and post them on the web. Some of the award ceremonies that are typical at the end of the senior year, academic awards or athletic award banquets. And when they sent that out on May 1st, of course, that was before the governor's announcement to close schools for the remainder of the year. So, of course, we feel terrible and horrible that the seniors won't get a complete sense of normalcy. But we're trying to do our best to do those celebrations remotely, virtually for our kids, with safety, governing a lot of what we do. Safety is our first priority for our students and our staff and the community at large. And so we're trying to do all of these things, including a graduation. So the graduation events that we have planned is a virtual graduation ceremony. Kids are going to be coming to the school, picking up caps and gowns and yearbooks and that type of thing. And then have them walk through the auditorium on a decorated stage. And those plans are still in the works with some fine tuning and details. And then we also said that if permitted, we would have, kind of a normal graduation ceremony on July 23rd. So we look forward to that. We hope that we're able to celebrate with our seniors in that fashion on July 23rd. But again, that's all going to be dictated and governed by any types of social distancing or regulations set by the governor's office. Lastly, I just want to say that the one thing I'm working with parents on and even local police on is a parade for our graduates through the Belmar Runnymede in Gloucester Township, which will occur in late June.
No, that's great, Dr. Repici. Appreciate all the hard work and creativity that goes into that. And as you mentioned, it's just very challenging with our restrictions that we have right now to bring large groups together. Stephanie, let me just ask you, I'm sure you were looking forward to graduation and all the other activities. What are your thoughts about trying to make it as normal as possible?
Well, it's been really challenging for not only for me, but for all my peers at school. We were really looking forward to going to Disney and just being together for prom and just enjoying the last few memories that we had together. So it's been really hard when we got the news about schools weren't going to open anymore. We were obviously all really upset about it. But with that, me and my officers are working on planning new activities for them virtually. One of the plans that we have set is making a video for them from freshman year to the end of senior year, from what we had, just as a memory, just so they could take everything that we've been through at Highland. I feel like it's important that we can stay connected virtually, even though we're not together. But that's the plan that we have right now. But it is a little heartbreaking for me that I'm not going to be able to walk the halls of Highland anymore. But I think that the health of people is more important than, us going back to school.
Yeah, that's a great idea about the video. It's like a video yearbook that you can put together. So that's pretty cool. Dr. Repici, are you thinking about when you do virtual graduation or whatever, will the students like Michael, Stephanie, and Kevin be able to record a speech?
Yes. So the plans are that parts of those, it's going to be a production. And so there will be speeches that are pre-recorded, and then those speeches would be added into that production. And so it will appear, as best as we can produce, it will appear as if it is, a graduation, a celebration, as normal as we can make it. That'll be broadcast to the communities and to the graduates so that they can, share in those moments. Again, it's extremely unfortunate. Obviously, we would want to do a normal graduation for our seniors, but with the restrictions and limitations, we just can't.
No, you're right. I mean, it is about the health and safety of the community, and so again, we have to adhere to what the CDC is advising us. But again, glad to see the creativity and a little piece of normalcy there. So guys, get ready and start writing your speeches for your graduation. Let me just go around and kind of ask real quickly where each of you are going to go next year, what your plans are. Michael, I'll start with you. What's your plan for next year?
I'm going to attend Rowan University, and I'll be studying electrical and computer engineering.
Wow, that's fantastic. I teach at Rowan. I do some adjunct teaching in state and local government. So you're welcome to take my course if you want. But that's great. My son graduated from Rowan in engineering as well. And when I would look at his textbooks, I would say to him, Brian, I don't even understand the cover, let alone looking through that. So God bless. I'm glad you're doing that. It's an excellent school, by the way. Michael, good luck.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. How about you, Stephanie? What are your plans?
So I'm going to be majoring in nursing, and I'm going to be going to Cannon County Community College. I'm going to be enrolling in the STARS program.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations to you on that fantastic career in nursing. And you're seeing a lot of the heroes out there now in nursing and in the medical field. So thanks for choosing that profession. When I was in the assembly, I was one of the prime sponsors of the STARS program for students in New Jersey. So I'm glad you're taking advantage of that. It's a great way to go to school. So congratulations on that, and best wishes.
Thank you.
Kevin, how about you? What are your plans?
Next year I will be attending the University of Pennsylvania, studying biochemistry on a pre-medical track.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. See, Brian, our students are going to great places, aren't they? And that's really that's a tribute to them and the hard work that they've put in. But it's also a tribute to you and the school board and the staff and the faculty. So great job to everyone. And I wish all of you much success. And we are, again, doing our best to try to provide you with that sense of normalcy. Please keep in touch with us as you go on and do bigger and better things. But I wish you and your families the very best. Please stay safe and healthy. And thanks for joining us today.